Um, okay, yeah, I guess so. We'll have it set the graphics based on the benchmark so that the graphics performance will do performance. Yep. Okay. And so our first game on the card is Noiramore Academy. And again, this is a demo of the game. It is live. The demo is live during SteamNextFest. Keep in mind that the footage that you are about to see may or may not be in the final version of the game when it does release. If you are interested in the game, you can use exclamation point in GOTC. If you are in Twitch chat with us this morning, it will provide you with a Google Doc of all of the games that we are playing, what platforms those games are available on, and a link to get to the game to wishlist or try out the demo for yourself. Again, if you are watching this during Steam Next Fest, which started October the 14th to October the 21st, 2024, the demo should still be available. However, if you're watching this after that, then um, again, go ahead and wishlist the game. If you're watching this as a VOD on YouTube, information for the game will be in the description box below. So let's go ahead and get started. And okay, it's kind of weird because I thought this was like a. Let's see if it's a controller-based game because I thought it was a point and click adventure type game, but it looks like it might use controller. So we're gonna plug in the controller real quick. And no, it is not recognizing controller. So I guess it is a perhaps maybe it is just a keyboard game. Okay, well we're gonna. It's very interesting that they have made the space bar the like almost like the enter key. It's kind of interesting.
Noiramore Academy, one of Drakenspyre's most prestigious schools with over 500 years of storied history. The current headmaster, Julius Claiborne, is a former general who runs our school with military precision and discipline.
Okay.
Our wonderful planet of Noivesse is home to a great many talents in resonetic abilities, and Noiramore's teachers are uniquely qualified in instructing such essential subjects. But while we specialize in resonetic talents, our other subjects are not taught any less thoroughly, and every student is encouraged to explore their unique talents in our extracurricular programs. Noiramore Academy guides our students to commit to their studies, keep sound minds, maintain their manners, and most importantly, behave in a manner befitting the reputation of our beloved institution.
She's like, whatever.
Extortion, Miss Hovern. Is that really what you're up to now?
I wouldn't call it extortion, sir. I simply told the cafeteria cook that I would keep the existence of his pet vermin on the down low if he provided me with an extra brownie or two at lunchtime.
Oh.
It was mutual exchange that neither of us had issues with.
Yes, Judith, that's extortion. Of course he had issues with it. Thank goodness I caught you in the act.
Well, why am I the one sitting here in this office when it's the cook who is keeping vermin pets?
I've already talked with Mr. Seabrook, Judith. It's dealt with. And more importantly, none of your business.
Oh.
What concerns me is you. Sneaking around at night, lying to teachers, extorting staff. This is a decidedly concerning trend. Don't you want to be a good example for your sister?
Indeed. It must be hard enough for her to be younger than her classmates.
For the next month, you are not permitted to attend film club. Do you understand, Miss Hovern?
But sir, I won't be able to see any movies outside of that club.
Hence why it's a punishment. Miss Nunatak will check that you aren't seen there.
I'll make sure of it.
Judith, head back to class, please.
It's interesting because they're unicorns, I guess. Or at least they have horns.
Didn't rat me out, it seems. Brownies weren't the only things I asked him for. Apparently, one of his old classmates from back in the day was really into puzzles. He set up some kind of secret puzzle in the history classroom years ago, and Seabrook never figured it out. Let's see if I can.
This is a very gorgeous game, though. Like, I'm really liking the graphics in this. And I love 10 out of 10 for...
The Onyx War. Various battles were fought in the Inked Wastes. Some were relegated to land, others underground in the caverns, and many on the Inked Sea. Our fiefdom, Drakkenspire, went head-to-head against the fiefdom of Northburg in a horrid conflict spanning 4 years. It irrevocably changed our fiefdom forever. Miss Cabrera, no drawing in class. Can anyone here tell me why the Onyx War was instigated? Miss Landerhoof?
Yes, ma'am. The Onyx War was started due to Northburg spies sabotaging our resonetic ring production process.
Is this our sister?
Took advantage of this to sell their own rings in order to gain the kingdom's favor.
A good summation, Miss Landerhoof. Can anyone else tell me why it was the Inked Wastes that were chosen as the fateful battleground?
The Inked Wastes is between the two fiefdoms. Plus, it was where we mined our ore for the rings.
Excellent.
Oh no, not the rings!
Stumps. Now, what is it about the Inked Wastes that make it a particularly terrible place to fight a war? Miss Aker?
Oh, yes, Miss Grimsby. Well, the Inked Waste is a nasty, nasty place, full of hard creatures that will gobble you up and suck out all of your blood. Oh, and of course you can't forget to mention the Surge, which will suck you down into its deep depths and fill your lungs with tar, its tendrils digging deep into your brain.
Ma'am!
That's quite enough, Miss Aker. Oh, quite enough.
Ma'am!
Our unit this semester will be all about the Onyx War. Since it is the most recent major conflict in Drakkenspire's history, we will be studying it in depth. And speaking of which, you may have heard tell that a new science teacher will be joining us this year to replace Mr. Mason. His name is Mr. Bagshaw, and he actually worked in the Research and Development Division of the Drakkenspire Army. I'm sure he will have plenty to share with you that can enhance your education. Anyway, I am now giving you the rest of the period to work on the papers I assigned to you yesterday about the instigation of the war. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. Dismissed.
The note Seabrook gave me says history classroom. Page number equals number of cave hounds times number of windows plus number of desks.
Okay. Oh, it is a point and click game. Okay, that was kind of interesting. Okay, a puzzle clues Seabrook's friend left. Page number equals the number of cave hounds times the number of windows plus the number of student desks. Okay. Hello, game. Okay. Game is frozen, I guess. Hello, game. Ah. Game. Hello? It's a gorgeous game. Love the audio in it too. The voiceover work is really well done. Um, game? Hello? Oh, because that was weird, but okay. Was the to walk? I forgot that. I'm so used to these games. Like if you click, it would like progress, but they've like made it to where it's the space button. So we kind of missed what she said there. Was it to walk, the mouse to move your camera, left click to interact, and right click to think about the people or objects you are looking at. You can review your clues by pressing I to look at your items. Then click on the item and press space to inspect it. Okay. Okay. Oh Lord, there's a lot of desks in here. Okay, so each row has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 desks in each row. How many rows is there? 1, 2, 3, 5. So that's 30 desks.
Before I ask them, I should figure out what page number I'm looking for.
Okay.
That doesn't
No.
sound right.
So 30 plus, it said the Space Hounds, right?
A statue of a cave hound.
Or the Cave Hound, that's a Space Hound.
Since they live in deep caves and hunt using echolocation. Additionally, they are very good boys.
Okay, so what was the clue? Number of cave hounds. Okay, so we know there's 30 desks. How many windows is it? 1 cave hound. We know there's 30 desks, 1 cave hound, and 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 1 times 13 is 13 plus 30. 43? 40, is it 43? Is it 43? Is it 43? Is it page 43? I don't know. Wait and see. 43?
Before I ask them, I should figure out what page number I'm looking for.
We are looking for page number 43.
That doesn't sound right.
Apparently that's not right. What do you mean? Okay. Or is it 13? Maybe it's 13 times 30? Okay, sorry about that. I had to mute because I had a tickle in my throat.
That's Deacon Vespsha. He's good friends with Lydia, Gina, and I. His dad is a pastor in town, which means he's a bit too much of a moralist for my taste, but he's got a sharp tongue at times. He fixed up the old treehouse we use as a clubhouse.
He seems to be very intelligent. Okay. Okay, let's see. Or did I miscount the windows? 2, 3, and 2 is 7. No, Definitely 13 windows.
Judith, hey, have you finished the paper yet?
Naturally.
Ha! Well, I'm just a tad worried about getting it done on time. Especially because I'm just not getting it. Mrs. Grimsby's teaching style is, well...
Atrocious.
I was going to choose a kinder word, like peculiar?
That's the meanest thing I've ever heard coming out of your mouth.
Well, it's hard for her to teach about a war when she gets queasy over just mentioning death or blood. She's definitely skipping out on some important stuff. Can you summarise the cause of the war a bit more clearly for me?
All right. Don't tell me I never did anything for you. The fiefdoms of Northberg and Drakenspire have been at odds for hundreds of years, ever since they were first established by brothers with bad blood between them. Our fiefdom of Drakenspire was known for the production of excellent resonetic augmentation rings. This was due to the high-quality ore mined from our territory in the Inked Wastes. These rings rose our standing with the king, drawing the jealousy of Northberg. 25 years ago, however, many rings were found to be dangerously faulty, to the point that some who used them lost their resonetic talents altogether. A misinformation campaign was launched that said it was due to Baron Leoric of Drakenspire pursuing cheaper mining in areas with ore tainted by the Surge. Royal investigations were launched. In the meantime, Baron Neirath of Northberg offered to sell his own rings and provide medical assistance to the affected fiefdoms. The king began to favour Neirath and granted him the rights to mine in the Inked Wastes. Soon, however, the king's spies revealed the truth. A double agent, supposedly working for Drakenspire, had manipulated documents to direct miners to the tainted areas, making it look like Baron Leoric had ordered it. Once the truth was revealed, tensions between the fiefdoms skyrocketed. Leoric, furious, mobilized his troops and marched upon the Inked Wastes, intent on taking his mines back. Neirath sent out troops in response, declaring that he still had legal rights to the land. A battle began. The initial conflict was very bloody, very quickly, since Drakenspire's citizenry were incensed at Neirath's actions. The fervour of combat led to some of the Northberg miners to be killed in the fray. Since they were civilians, Northberg's soldiers fought back with a similar anger. Meanwhile, the king was mad with Leoric for engaging Neirath, since the investigation was not closed, and he'd bypassed royal authority by sending out troops. As such, the king did not take sides, leading the fiefdoms to engage in combat exclusively with the other, as other fiefdoms were not permitted to become involved. The war lasted for 4 years and was fought almost entirely in the Inked Wastes. The area was already known for its strange, twisted evils, horrid beasts and the infection of the Surge on the land, brutal bloodshed, and new types of resonetic weaponry only twisted the place further. One can only be glad we were born after it was all over, eh?
Huh. I think I'm getting it a bit more now. Thanks, Judith.
No problem.
You mentioned resonetic weapons affecting the land. Did those help or hurt the Surge? Oh, and what happened to Lord Neirath after the war?
This whole unit is going to be about the war. You'll learn that stuff soon enough. And if you don't get it, I'll drill it into your skull, knucklehead.
Ha ha. Thanks.
Okay, any plans for the treehouse?
Any plans for the treehouse?
Yeah, I've got a few sketches I'm working on. I don't know how I'm going to get enough wood or nails to finish my plans, though.
We could take apart the door on Glitter's stable. Or we could dig up her grave and use the coffin. She's an animal made out of stone. She doesn't really need a coffin anyway.
Judith.
All right. If I come across any, I'll make sure not to tell you where I sourced it from.
Well, we know he's writing a paper, so I mean, we could ask
What
him.
are you doing?
Sketching the window.
Oh,
I've always liked it. I want to build stained glass windows in my church one day.
Your church? Don't you mean your dad's church?
I used to want to take over for my dad, but now I've been thinking of building a church of my own once I go through seminary college.
Already got your life planned out for yourself, huh? You're only 13, Deacon. Lighten up a little.
Don't you have any dreams for yourself when you're older? You're not going to be exploring the school and frustrating the teachers forever.
I mean, technically, I could keep doing both of those things if I became a teacher myself.
I was thinking that become a teacher.
Dreaming to be a teacher? Doubtful.
You got me. Though, I'd say my current hobbies would lead to a mean career in detective work, no?
That sounds more like you. Detective Hovern has a nice ring to it.
I can already imagine it, printed on the frosted glass door of my one-room office in the city that never sleeps.
Okay, so see ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Okay. 2, 7, and that's 6 there. I mean, did I count the desk row? Maybe 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, right. There's 6. And 5. 6 desks per 5 rows makes it 30. Okay. Okay.
These are crystals, whose vibrations prevent anyone in the classroom from using telepathy.
Oh, wow.
Cheating, I gather. I heard that one time, an upperclassman secretly switched them out for fakes before a big test.
Oh, okay. Trying to see if maybe I might have... Oh, there's one there. Okay. Okay, I didn't think to look at the, like, pictures up here, so it's not 1. Okay, so 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 4, right? That's a hound, that's a hound, that's a hound. Make sure there's, like, no, like, little statues of them or anything. And then we got that one, so it was... Number of cave hounds. So 4 times 13, right? Plus 30, because that's the number of desks. So page 82 maybe is the answer.
Before I ask them, I should figure out what page number I'm looking for.
Okay, so I'm going to say that it's page 82 that we're looking for.
Hello, little guy.
It was 82.
I need to find a pre-war history textbook. Maybe from around the 2190s? Thanks. Without further ado... Interesting. A battle that took place way before the Onyx War, but it still involved Drakenspire and Northburg.
Okay. Find something to do with the history book. Okay. Well, let's see. Can we? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, can we save? It looks like you can talk to all of them, but
Lady Judith! Greetings!
Hello, Sol.
Might I ask if the film club will have the honor of your presence today? We are watching Murder in the Depths, a delightful horror reel that combines Fomorian and Noivesse in directing technique. Additionally, I heard tell that real skeletons were used to depict the bodies of the murder victims. Oh, please refrain from informing any school staff of this fact. I do not wish to get into detention again for my interests.
I'm sorry, I just got into trouble with the headmaster. Can't join in film club for a while.
Oh, really? I'm simply crestfallen to hear such a thing. I do hope you may join us soon. A new batch of my skull-shaped cookies will be awaiting your arrival.
Deathly delicious, as you always say.
Indeed, I do.
okay. Why were you in detention?
You mentioned getting into detention at one point. What was that for?
Have I not told you of that incident? Ah, yes, this was from before we knew one another, I believe. In the library's radio room, I and several other students had met up to share our favorite radio shows. I turned the channel to my personal pick. As it went on, a few of the students seemed to become quite frightened. The librarian came in to check on us, and when he heard what we were listening to, well, he immediately took me to the headmaster's office. Unfortunately, I was banned from turning the channel ever again.
What exactly did you have them listen to?
A series detailing the stories of serial killers. A tad graphic, I must admit, but also rife with educational content.
What? True crime? What are you reading?
What are you reading there?
An autopsy report, that's all.
What?
Autopsy?
Hell.
Of who?
Baroness Belladonna Lattimore, a death from 30 years ago that many would consider suspicious. I'm continuing my studies of famous deaths in order to increase my likelihood of becoming a forensic pathologist someday.
Oh, okay.
That is my backup career plan, if my status as a true princess is never officially acknowledged anyway.
So you're trying to solve a cold case. Have you gotten any leads?
Some things I find unusual, yes, but nothing that hasn't been already noted by famous doctors. Besides, my specialty is in cadaver forensics. I'll need a detective's mind to piece together the entire mystery. Perhaps you might assist me in that sometime soon, Judith, since you're so good at mysteries and all.
That does sound like a good bit of fun. I'll keep that in mind.
Okay.
What's going on with the reenactment club? Becky still won't talk to me.
Oh, are you planning on rejoining? Because, to be entirely honest, Lady Judith, I do not believe you will be allowed.
I'm just curious about what you're all up to.
I see. Well, our next grand reenactment is happening in a few days' time. It will be one of our biggest yet, covering the land and sea battle of Westlane on the 25th anniversary of the Onyx War's beginning.
Oh yeah, Grimsby mentioned that. And I think she said that non-club students are encouraged to join, since it's so big and educational or something. I know I can't become a club member, but I could probably...
She could give the book to old girl.
Lady Judith, you know that I cannot approve you or not. You would have to talk with Becky. Have you apologized to her yet?
No. Why should I have to? She was the one who started everything.
Are you sure her slights against you were reality rather than simply perceived?
I know what I saw. I can read people.
Not all books are of the same language. other languages exist, and one person cannot know all of them. As a person who holds precious friendships with the both of you, this continued feud hurts my heart. Pray, consider taking the first step to end it.
Yeah, let's see if we can find Becky. I imagine she's in the classroom somewhere, so. Hey, are you Becky? Clearly you're not Becky. A little bit of issue, because like the inspect button comes up. Can't. Are you Becky?
Nicholas Strumps and
Yep.
Becky Landerhoof. They and I aren't on the best of terms. Becky leads the school's historical reenactment club. She's a real stickler for accuracy, to an obnoxious degree. Nicholas is her boyfriend. He's a nerd about naval history and sea battles and the like. Becky hasn't talked to me in a while, probably because of what I did at the reenactment. But I only did it because she needed to be taken down a peg. She should have thought of it as a favor, really.
Oh, okay, so let's talk to her.
Becky, Nicholas.
What do you want?
Nothing. Can't a friend just greet a friend without coming across as needy?
Huh, friend. Right. Leave us alone.
I mean, but okay, maybe we can do this. I have this history. Won't take my history book? What's wrong with you? Okay. That's not the answer. Okay. But let us, okay, we are gonna save. And then we are gonna move on to our next game. Because yeah. Okay, and so that was Noiramore Academy. Like I said, I really liked this one, especially because it had the voiceover in it as well. I always like games that, games that are story based that have voiceover. Tend to be my favorite because I don't have to do a lot of reading. But so far I liked it. Like I said, the controls take a little bit getting used to because I'm not 100% familiar with the like the spacebar being like your enter key and stuff. That was kind of interesting. Overall, though, still a pretty good game. I love the graphics in it. The story is pretty interesting as well. So again, if you like what you saw of this game and you are here in the Twitch chat, you can use exclamation point GOTC. And if you are watching this as a VOD on YouTube, then the information for the game is going to be in the description box below. Also, again, please keep in mind that this is the SteamNextFest demo of the game. So it may or may not be available after October the 21st of 2024 for the demo. So if you are watching this and you go to the link and it doesn't show that there's a demo, please wishlist the game. Wishlisting the game does help out the developers a lot. It helps them with the algorithm so they can end up in the new and trending section. With enough wish lists, they can end up on the front page of Steam. It helps them get into other people's queues for people who may play the same type of games. So whenever you can, anytime you see a game that you really like, go ahead and wishlist it. Also, wishlisting does inform you, say if the game does not have a demo, but then a demo comes out, it will send you an email or a notification that the demo is available for you to play. as well as alert you when the game does release. So just keep that in mind when you are wish listing games that you see. But yeah, like I said, overall, pretty good game. I enjoyed it.